Have you ever gone to move a sofa or a big piece of furniture and found that nasty, dark surprise on the wall right behind it? Ugh. Well, in this explainer, we're going to get to the bottom of exactly why that happens, and more importantly, how you can stop it from ever coming back. It's one of those weird household mysteries, right? You shift something, and bam, there it is, this unwelcome patch of mold. So what is actually going on back there? And if this has happened in your home, you are definitely not alone. This is a super common problem, whether it's hiding behind a bed, a wardrobe, or that big, comfy sofa. But here's the first big clue, and it's a really important one. It is so easy to think that mold means your house is dirty, but that's almost never the case here. This isn't about cleanliness. It's actually all about physics. So to crack this case, we have to investigate the scene of the crime. Let's dive into what I'm calling the cold wall conspiracy. At every scene of this particular crime, you're going to find two things, always: a big piece of furniture and a cold external wall. These two are our prime suspects. So what do we mean by an external wall? It's simple, really. It's any wall in your home that has the cold outdoors on the other side. Because of that, its surface is always going to be just a little bit cooler than the walls inside your house. And that temperature difference, that's a huge clue. Which leads us right to the heart of the mystery. What is going on in that tiny, trapped space when you shove a piece of furniture right up against one of these cold walls? Well, what happens is you accidentally create the perfect moldy storm. It's this combination of three specific factors that all work together in a really unfortunate way. So here are the three culprits. First, that big piece of furniture completely blocks the airflow. Second, without any warm air from the room reaching it, that little patch of wall gets even colder. And third, all that invisible moisture that's just floating in the air, water vapor, it finds that cold spot and condenses right onto it. And all of that together creates this hidden little world, a stagnant, damp, dark microclimate. And guess what? That is a 5-star resort for mold spores. It's everything they want. I mean, just look at the difference here. On one side, you have a healthy wall. It's got good airflow, so it stays warm and dry. But then you look at the at-risk wall. The airflow is blocked, the surface gets cold, and it becomes damp from condensation. It's the perfect setup for a problem. Okay, so you find the mold, you get out the cleaner, you scrub it all away, but then it just keeps coming back. Let's talk about why your cleaning efforts might be failing. And I hear this all the time. I cleaned it, I even pulled the sofa out a few inches. You think you've solved it, but then a few months down the road, you check again and there it is, it's back. So frustrating. And here's the tough truth. Just cleaning the mold is only a temporary fix. It's because you're not actually dealing with the root cause. You're not fixing the conditions that let it grow in the first place. You have to learn to separate the symptom from the cause. The visible mold that you scrub away, that's just the symptom. The real cause is the environment you've created, that unholy trinity of low airflow, a cold surface, and condensation. Think about it like this. Cleaning the mold is like a detective wiping away the fingerprints at a crime scene, but leaving all the culprits standing right there. As long as those conditions, the culprits, remain, the crime is just gonna happen again. So how do we actually win this fight? How do we solve this for good? Well, we have to outsmart the spores. We have to change the environment so they never get a chance to set up shop. The whole key to cracking this case is to disrupt the teamwork of those three culprits. If you can break that chain reaction between blocked air, a cold wall, and moisture, the mold simply can't grow. So remember these three things. 1, this is a physics problem, not a cleanliness problem. 2, airflow is your absolute best friend and your #1 defense. And 3, your goal is to manage the environment, not just the mold. So pull that furniture a good few inches away from the wall and let the air do its job. And that's really the big takeaway here. Once you truly understand why it's happening, that it's all about condensation on a cold, unventilated spot, you suddenly have all the power you need to stop it from coming back for good. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. Now that you know the secret behind the sofa, what part of your own home are you going to look at a little differently? Which cold corners might just need a little more room to breathe? And just a quick reminder, as always, this content is for educational purposes only. It's not intended to be medical advice.